Hey, Jonathan here. In this video, I want to show you how we're using Google Ads, right? And run traffic and make a lot more money using some money and ad spend on Google Ads to make your store profitable for e-commerce, okay? So if you're running e-commerce store, I think this video will definitely help you and give some perspective on what you can actually do with Google Ads, because Google Ad traffic is actually very, very targeted and it's actually really good, especially if you know what you're doing and if your offer is really good, okay? So I just want to show you, like, for example, a very, very fresh ad account, right? For example, this one. This one we only start spending in like June, but as you can see here, I'm not sure why, but the account got suspended for some reason, okay? But basically, you can see, right, the campaign here. So at first we had we're running to a brand new offer, right? So the traffic is new, so we're spending alongside Facebook as well. So this is just a concurrent how do I say this, a concurrent campaign that goes along with it. So you can see here we're getting cost per conversion, right? Basically means cost per purchase. So basically spending $11 cost per purchase, okay? And you can see conversion value over cost. You can see over here, this is basically the ROAS, okay? The same thing as ROAS, the ROI, or whatever you want to call it, okay? And then basically I'm going to show you the exact strategy that we're going to use as well. But basically you can see it's a 9 times ROAS on the first campaign, and then there's you can see 29 times ROAS afterwards as well, okay? To be fair, we're not spending a lot of money here. We're only spending like a total like 3.7k so far, and then the account had a problem, like got shut down and stuff. But I just want to show you the like exact method that you can use as well, so you can get similar results for yourself, okay? So yeah, I mean, you can see here we're only running Google search at this moment in time. We haven't even run Google Shopping, but that's something you can do as well for yourself, okay? So let me just break it down for you so you know what I'm talking about. I created some slides for you, okay? So Google Ads case study, right? You can see here overall the ROAS is like 10. It's like 10, which is crazy because you will never get these type of numbers on Facebook. But fair enough, right? Like on Facebook, you also can't you can scale very, very fast, very hard. Because Google traffic is based on search traffic, so you cannot scale harder than normal as well, if that makes sense. Okay, so let me just show you the case study. Okay, so Google traffic, as I said before, is very extremely targeted traffic, and basically when you're running Facebook and Google, right, Google is generally much more stable than Facebook. That's kind of why I like Google, but you cannot scale very far on cold traffic because Facebook is interruption-based marketing, and whereas Google is like people are searching for it, so you can't force people to search more of your term of your product basically, and so yeah, you can't just get more sales if you wanted to, right? So I can show you here. So the strategy is at first, right, for example, if you're spending like $1,000 on per day on Facebook already, or you are at least selling something on Facebook, this is a very, very fast strategy you can do. You actually can start off with Google search and Google shopping first, and then transition over as well. But I think that'll be a bit slower. If you're actually spending on Facebook already and then you transition to Google alongside it, is actually the results are much faster because there's a lot of data on your pixel already. And so Google's AI will optimize much faster, right? It goes much faster to conversions, okay? If that makes sense. Okay, so you just what I do is I set up a maximize conversions campaign. As you can see here, maximize conversions campaign, and then you run it for $50 per day on Google search or shopping. Okay, in this case I only set up search because the shopping feed was not approved at this point in time, so that's a bit annoying. Then afterwards, the product page side, right, we use the optimized product page layout that we use in our coaching program. So the pain points, the benefits, and the social proof, that one. So if you're in the coaching program, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so after 7 days or so, what you need to do is go into your negative keywords, okay? So you go into you go into keywords and then go negative keywords, and you go and eliminate the keywords that are not relevant to your business. Okay, that's number one. Number two, then you go and search the search terms, choose the search terms that are relevant to your business. So for example, if you are selling this water bottle, right? This water bottle, and then you see that the search term comes up perfume, right? You will cancel those terms and only choose the search terms that are like related to water bottle, if that makes sense. Okay, then for number three, you take note of the keywords that are actually getting conversions for you. Okay, and then yeah, that's basically it. So this is after 7 days or so, because Google, they optimize much slower than Facebook. So Facebook is probably around a 3 to 4 full day conversion cycle, and then you can see the data. But then for Google, it's a much slower game, and so yeah, you just need longer time to analyze the data. Okay, then afterwards, after you've started a campaign, right, maximize conversions, and then you want to first observe the cost per conversion. So you can see here, right, the cost per conversion here is around $11. So it's stabilizing at $11, getting 296 purchases right here. There are actually a few more, but just Google's pixel didn't track everything, right? So then afterwards, once there's a lot of data come through, then Google's AI, right, it'll transition over. We can go to target CPA. So we change the bid strategy from maximize conversions to target CPA, and once that happens, right, then Google's AI is very, very stable, especially on scale. Yeah. So I like that about Google, okay. So just to visualize for you, you take maximize conversions first. Once you get about 100 conversions or so, you can see here they're like 296, right? So it's more than enough to get the ball rolling. Then you transition, you kind of like turn off this maximize conversions campaign, and then you change it to target CPA. So I changed it to target CPA, and as you can see, right, the target CPA like dropped. The cost per conversion dropped almost 2 times, right? And then basically you want to let Google decide, because this I actually put the bid as $5.08, the target CPA. And then eventually, because Google got so good, right, that it became $4.35 as well. Okay, so like that is something that you actually can definitely use, and it's very good. Okay, so things to keep in mind before you actually set this up is that number one, you need to go and set up your conversion tracking on Shopify, checkout, or whatever it is as well before you run any traffic, right? Ensure that all your conversion tracking is set up before you want to run the traffic. Otherwise, you're wasting money, honestly. Yep. And then second thing is like I realized as well over these few months, right, Google has been very, very sensitive recently. So you need to take note of this. Okay, so if you can put in especially the contact us in the website or the about us page, right? You make it very, very clear on what your website is, the contact information, any business information. So they definitely need contact information. You can't just be some scammy company and stuff. You need to actually put in, like, for example, how to contact you, the hotline or whatever, your actual support website and stuff. Support email and stuff like that. Okay, so you need to be very transparent with this. Otherwise, Google will like flag your account in a sense. Okay, and then last thing, okay, it's actually hard to get your Google shopping feed approved by Google nowadays if you are a new account, because they are very sensitive to new sellers on the platform, because everybody's jumping into Google Ads and stuff, right? So this will usually actually take 3 to 4 business days. If, for example, if you had a problem with your feed, okay, so before you even submit your Google shopping feed in the first time, then you definitely want to push out and actually make sure that all of your contact information that is put on here is actually on your website first. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, yep. So the numbers are very, very good on Google. As you can see here, overall, it's like a 10 times ROAS, which is honestly insane. Yep. Okay, so 3,000 spent and over like 30,000 brought in as well. Okay, hopefully this very short video is useful for you for this 7 minutes or so. Yep, and hopefully you can implement this into your store as well. Okay, thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.